Good morning, movers. Welcome back to Move Daily Fitness. I'm Tracy. This beginner workout, we're gonna hit the whole body, all right? And we're gonna have a fun format. A lot of people love this, the 3 repeater. So you stay at one exercise for 30 seconds, little 10-second break, you hit it again for 2 more rounds, so 3 sets in total. Then we move on to the next exercise. Within that, we're gonna do the LUCA format. So we'll hit 3 exercises in the lower body, then 3 in the upper, 3 for cardio, and then 3 for abs. So a wonderful way to hit the entire body. You're gonna require a variety of dumbbells for the workout today, and here are the ones that I might suggest a beginner use, but as always, lift within your own abilities and challenge your muscles. It'll be different than what I'm doing, so listen to your body. I'll start you with a warm up and we'll end with a cool down too. If you're looking for some summer fun, we do have Summer Strong calendars available. These are easy follow along video workouts. You just click play. I've got beginner and advanced. You can click or tap the card at the top of the screen or check in the description below for those. All right, ready to move daily? Me too, let's go. I should have said grab a bench or chair, something stable. Okay, you'll need that to sit on. Let's go with interval training on the watch here today. Warming things up, front and back bends to start. Okay, soften those knees, hinge at the waist, and we'll just get the body just waking up. A lot of you probably work out in the morning. I see that according to the analytics. That's when most people are press and play. So let's wake the body up before we start lifting. One more here. Good, stay down and we're gonna hinge up, big stretch here. You can put your elbow on your knee if you need for support. Switch sides, reach. I'm pushing my thumb toward the ceiling. And stretch again. This time give that wrist a roll. That's it. And switch sides one more time here. Roll the wrist. Very good. And round up. Let's roll the shoulders back, like you're shrugging up close to the ears. And reverse direction. Let's put one hand behind the head, one behind the back. Draw your elbows back. Nice stretch in the chest and switch. Pull them back and switch. That's tight on this side for me. One more here. Can you touch your hands together in your back? I used to, not anymore. Let's sweep the heel right here, alternate sides, stretching in through the hamstrings a bit, getting the calf and the Achilles warmed up because like I said, we will add a bit of cardio. It will be all low impact, but we'll be using the legs. 2 more. Good, let's tap, reach across. Stretching the middle back here. Now reach overhead, stretch. Good. Let's go into a standing twist right there and switch. Keep those elbows up. Last 2. And I want you to hinge forward at something. Hands on a bench, couch, or chair. Knee is soft, foot is flexed, and a little kick back here. Don't arch the back. Switch legs. Very good. And we'll finish with our torso turn. Draw your elbow across the body. And there we go. Okay, we're starting with the L, with our lower body. There's the exercise 3 times in a row, 30 seconds. Here we go. Starting with a narrow wide sit squat. Now you can narrow wide if you don't have anything to sit on, all right? This is a little easier. So we'll start narrow, standing straight up, shoulders back. Here we go. Push up, then sit, take it wide and up. All right, you do want to make sure that you're aware of where you're sitting before you release your body weight, please. Okay, a stable chair or bench that's not going to move on you. Very good. Good. Okay, round 2, same exercise. If you wanted to add a weight, you could hold a 5-pound dumbbell, something lighter. All right, starting seated. Here we go. Up and wide. I want you to think of pushing straight up to the ceiling, right through the heels. You're so much in your heels, like you might even feel like you're gonna tip back. So you're not forward leaning at all. And try not to put your hands on your knees. Very good, rest. One more round of that, then we'll go into upper body. So you see how that flow works. I'll start narrow, shoulders back, and we stand and wide. I am gonna go into that chest press, so if you need to cut out a few seconds early and grab your weights and head to the ground, I'll be using 10-pound dumbbells. All right, grabbing 10s, chest press on your bench or on the ground on your back. Wherever is good, we're pressing over the chest. So we press right there, squeeze at the top, bring the arms back down to the side. If you are on the ground, don't bounce the arms off the ground. Just come down to that hover position and press. And rest. You can just bring the dumbbells down to your waist area or to the side of you if you're down on the floor. But get back into position. Here we go for round 2 and press. It's not much break in between, which is the benefit of having some good volume. So we have lots of reps in 90 seconds, right? So that's where you have to really gauge what weight amount you're lifting because there's not a lot of reprieve. Generally, I'm lifting a lot lighter than I normally would if I just did a 12 rep range, for example. And rest. All right, one more here. And then we're up for our cardio. Get ready and press over the chest. Push. Keep your wrists locked in neutral. We're gonna go into those 2 knees, 2 jacks. So if you need a little extra time to stand up, feel free to get up now if you're on the ground. Otherwise, let's go, set those weights down. 2 knees, 2 jacks. Here, here, jack, jack. Let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. And tap it out. Round 2 coming up. 2 knees, 2 jacks. Kick it up if you'd like. 1, 2, jack, jack. And tap. Last one here, then we're moving into abs. 2 knees, 1, 2, jack, jack. And on your back for a turtle crunch. All right, head and shoulders are up off the ground, palms face the ceiling, reaching to alternating foot. Here we go. Tap right here. Now, if you feel like your head needs some support, feel free to put one hand or even both under your head. You're not pulling your neck up, you're supporting your head with your hands. And then you're gonna reach your elbows down toward the heel. And rest. All right, just rest the neck for a moment. Round 2 coming up. Let's lift the head and shoulders and reach, reach. That's it. Rest. Nice work. One more here. Get ready. Support your head if you need. And crunch, crunch. That's it. We'll give you a water break after this so you can stand. Make sure you're not dizzy for the next set. Ten seconds here. All right, excellent. Make your way to standing. Grab a quick sip. You can always pause the video if you need a longer break. Okay, that's no problem. We're just gonna switch the camera, and again, we'll come right back to legs. Starting back with legs, I'm gonna start with just a 5-pound dumbbell. We're gonna do a standing leg lift right here. Put a weight on the leg to make it more challenging. All right, so we lift. I'm just balancing, sort of holding that weight against there. This can be done, of course, without a weight at all. All right, we're gonna stay on each side for 30 seconds, and I'm actually gonna hit this for 4 sets. So we'll do 2 on each side, just to make sure it's even. And switching sides, again, I'll stick with this 5-pound dumbbell. So stationary knee is soft, this foot is flexed, and we raise right here, up. Good. This could also be done with one of those long weighted bars, okay, like a 5-pound, 8-pound, 10-pound bar. You can just kind of set it, rest it on the side of your leg, and lift that way, but body weight is good as well. You're working on holding your own body weight up, so your stationary leg is gonna feel this too. Let's switch again. So 1 more each side. Sticking with the 5, shoulders back, you're tall, foot is flexed, and lift right here. And we'll switch one more time. This side here, knees soft, shoulders back, and we lift. Let's go into a curl kick back. I'll hold 5s. You can go 2s, 3s, 5s. We're gonna curl, hinge, kick right there. Let's go. So we curl, hinge, kick. Good. Curl and kick. So you're gonna keep those elbows bent, up, hinge, kick. Curl, kick. This will be whatever you can tricep kick back. It's not quite as strong on most people as the biceps are, but yours might be. This 5s feel equal in front and back for me. Okay, rest. Round 2, curl kick. Start with a curl, and we curl, hinge, kick. Curl, hinge, kick. One more. I'll stick with the 5s. That feels good for me. All right, knees are soft and we curl right here. Up, hinge, kick. And into cardio. 2 seals, 2 T-Rex. You can stick with the seal if you don't want to squat. Otherwise, you're there. Let's go. 1, 2, and drop. 1, 2. Good. And round 2, tap it out. 2 seals and work. 1, 2, drop it low and low. And tap, last one here. Then we're making our way down to the ground after this for some abs. 2 seals, 1, 2, drop, 1, 2. Nice and wide on that T-Rex. Okay, like a sumo squat. And on the back for our dead bug. On your back, back is flat, opposite hand and leg reach at the same time, alternating. So we stretch, switch. I want you to think of pushing the small of your back into the ground. If you can't do both, do either the legs or the arms. Okay, legs will be more challenging, of course. You really want to think of pushing your back into the ground. Don't let it arch. So slow and controlled is best here. And stretch. Give those knees a little hug. All right, we're coming into round 2. Get ready, and opposite leg and arm, reach and switch. And hug those knees. One more here. Then we'll grab some water, take a little break as we move back to standing. Get in position and work. Almost there, stay with me, and give those knees a hug. Nice work. Okay, make your way to standing, grab some water, and join back for the next circuit. We'll move into static lunges, but if you can't lunge, give me a high knee alternating right there, okay? All right, little pelvic tilt, shoulders back, drop straight up and down. Nice and slow and controlled. Now, you want to create a broader base of support if you feel too tippy. Either stand against a wall or a chair for support, or make sure that the back foot's not directly behind the front foot, right? You can move it out just a bit, and that makes a wider base of support, making this a little bit easier for those who have tip issues. For a lot of people, it's gonna be knee issues, okay? I'll show you another way to modify this here as well. Switching sides, an elevated foot can make it a little bit easier on the knee, so you could opt for that as well. All right, here we go. But the high knee is a great option. You're gonna target those quads a little bit by lifting that leg up. So feel free to do that, okay? Plus you're gonna get your heart rate up as well. Stay tall. Switch sides again. Of course, you could weight this. That would be a lot of a challenge. I wouldn't do that if I was a beginner, but advanced, you definitely could. Hold 2 weights and drop. Keep your eyes up if you can. Hold something for balance if you need. Doing well, a few more here. And we'll switch sides one more time before moving to our upper body. Pelvic tilt, shoulders back, drop straight up and down. And you're here, and push through that front heel. Moving to shoulders, grab lighter weights, maybe 2s, 3s, or 5s. All right, so we're gonna do a lateral raise and a front raise. Right there, let's go out to the side, then neutral grip up to the front. You can have a softness in your elbow, but you're just lifting up to that 90 degrees on the armpit. Stick your chest out, keep your chin up, okay, facing front. Engage the core. Anytime the weight's in the front, you have a tendency to round those upper shoulder blades. So I really think about pulling my shoulders low and back and sticking my chest out. Rest. Don't talk through the rest, Trace. We need it. Round 2, out to the side. Here we go. Up and front. You got it. And one more here. Anyone else have their wrists going clickety clack clack? It's so annoying. I used to have a client who did that all the time. Here we go. And I used to be grossed out by it. I'm like, why is she so clicky? Click, 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 click. Every time she would move. No, that's me. That's what happens as you age. Click, clack, click, clack. Shut up. Oh goodness. Hopefully I'm not alone. Okay, set those down. Let's go into our 1, 2, 3 hop for cardio. 1, 2, 3, elbow to knee. 1, 2, 3, knee. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm largely on my tiptoes for this one, so it's great for calf activation as well. And rest. Tap it out. All right, round 2, get ready. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Tap here, one more. Then we're gonna head to the ground. I'm gonna bring my dumbbell down there because we'll go right into lower body. I'll grab a 15. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can kick this up if you like. Hop, hop. Okay, we've got abs first. I should have said that, but I'm gonna bring my 15 down here, okay? Get that ready for the next one. But for abs, we're doing a heel drop. So up on your elbows, knees at 90, alternating that heel drop right here. Now, if that hurts your head, you can put your body on the ground, head on the ground, hands either under the bottom, okay? Or out to the side or behind your head. We're alternating that heel tap. I like to do this one from elbows, but for some people this makes their neck feel strained, so then lie flat on your back if that's the case. And rest. Whew. We are working, folks. You're doing well. We're getting close to the end. Round 2, knees here, and we tap. Let's go. Stay in the pocket. Over halfway, come on. Push, push. Rest, one more here. Give those knees a little hug, nice little stretch on the back. All right, round 3. And we tap and switch. So I have my 15-pound dumbbell down here, going into some glute thrusts coming up. We're not gonna take a break in between, but pause, of course, if you need. You can do it with or without weights. Okay, we're just gonna come up into that glute bridge, squeeze those glutes. We'll give these abs a rest in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, I'll hold that 15 on my pelvis. Feet are close to the bottom and equal distance apart, about shoulder width. Pulse at the top, so you're up and pulse and down, up and pulse and down. So I've got this 15-pound dumbbell for these glute thrusts. Good. With or without weight for yourself if you'd like. Really squeeze at the top. Okay, little break. I just keep that dumbbell there. If your hips aren't used to it, sometimes you can bruise here with these weights on the hips. Here we go, up and squeeze and down. One of our members just reported that the other day. Her husband had bought her, I can't remember how heavy it was. I wanna say something like 40 or 50-pound dumbbell. And she loved it, but later that day she's like, oh my goodness, my hips are bruised. And I think my hips are used to it, but when I was severely anemic and low hemoglobin, I noticed that they bruised so easily too. So once that was taken care of, rest, one more round, then it was better. But a yoga mat or a towel works well under the hips for this as well. Here we go, and you're up and squeeze. We're gonna stand next for our back exercise, so get ready to move up to standing. We're gonna do a row curl combo. All right, I'll hold 10s. If you need more time to stand, please feel free to just take your time. Hinge at the waist, row, stand and curl. So we row, stand, bicep curl here. So palms are up. Hinge, row, stand, curl. Like that, good. So working middle back, working biceps here. It's a great combination because even in the row, the biceps are working as well. So you have some good activation there. All right, little break. I'm just gonna go a little bit heavier, 12 pounds. Back to the row, and we hinge. Row, stand, turn and curl. That's it. Row, turn and curl. And rest. All right, one more here. And into your cardio. And hinge at the waist, row. Stand and curl. Think of retracting the shoulder blades. All right, was that one more? Or did we have one more? We're gonna do one more because I think my menopause brain forgot where we were at. Here we go. Sorry if this is number 4. I think it is actually. I was thinking about my rhomboids and squeezing the shoulder blades together. And that's what happens. Then you forget where you're at. You've never had that, right? Oh, well, what's one more set between friends? There we go. I'll let you set those down. Now let's go into our butt kick. All right. We're gonna do 2 front punches, 2 overhead. Here we go. And we front, reach it up, up. Good. 1, 2, 1, 2. And tap. Round 2. All right, 2 to the front. Here we go. 1, 2, and reach it up, up. Last cardio here. Then we're gonna finish it off with some abs. All right, work hard. Here we go. 1, 2, and reach it up, up. Down to the ground. Okay, we're gonna go into a plank. You can hold this from the hands and toes. You can hold it from the knees. You can hold it from the elbows. I'm gonna start here. Let's talk about positioning. Hands should be directly under the shoulders. Push up through the shoulder blades. Don't let this sag, okay? Push up. Don't hold your breath. We're gonna try a couple variations here. So stick with me. Got about 10 more seconds here. Then a little rest. If this hurts your wrist, you're down on the forearm instead. All right, relax. Roll those wrists for a second. I'm gonna take it right from that tabletop position up to hands and toes. Join me if you can, or stay modified from the knees. Again, pushing up through the shoulder blades. We're challenging that core strength here. Did you ever see that lady who did it for, what was her world record? Like hours and hours, which seems so crazy. But hey, if you have a goal, you want to beat it, you're determined. She was. I don't think I could ever do that. I don't have the grit. All right, and relax. I'm gonna try this now right from the forearms. You can mod from the knees or take it from the toes. Last 30 seconds, everyone. Ready, let's try it. And relax those hands. Palms should be facing the ceiling. You're relaxed. Your eyes are just looking down at your watch. Okay, you're not looking at your toes. Again, take it from knees if you need. Try to stay in this position because guess what? You only have 15 seconds left. And anyone can do anything for 10 seconds, which is where we're at now. You've got this, folks. Stay with me. Stay in the pocket for 4, 3, 2, 1 and done. Yes, you've moved daily in your LUCA format, 3 repeater. Good times. Okay, thanks for joining. Join for a stretch if you can. Nice work, folks. Let's bring it down to the ground. We're gonna do a seated stretch. We'll start with hamstrings and you're just gonna hinge forward. Oh, and lengthen out those tight little hammies. My ankles are totally tanned right here. That looks hilarious. I need to try and wear shorts more, but sometimes I go out in the morning and it's quite cold, so I'm wearing pants and then the sun is hitting my ankles. So that's like ankles and arms are the tanned parts of me. I've been wearing sunscreen diligently for the last number of years. You know, back in the day, we just didn't wear much of that and just kind of crossed our fingers and hoped for the best. In fact, we tried to get browner with baby oil and Just really silly things that my mom warned me against with articles on my bed when I'd come home as a teenager. Let's go to the side, a little quad stretch here. Grab your shoelaces and you're pushing your hip towards me. But you don't listen when you're that age, and that's really a shame because parents do know some things. Anyway, I'm trying very diligently to stay covered up with my face, especially now that I'm aging and it's taking on a life of its own with wrinkles and such. So it's probably too little too late to switch sides, but I suppose it all helps. It all adds up over time. I did have Dr. Sandy Scott-Nicky on the podcast, and she talked about skincare. Her whole podcast, actually, she does a real deep dive into sunscreens because there is a lot of controversy on sunscreens, right? That they cause cancer, and other people yelling that if you don't wear it, you'll get cancer from the sun. And like, it's a whole thing, and I'm sure you sit on one side or the other. Let's bring the feet in, butterfly stretch here. Anyway, I thought she gave some good advice for aging skin. She gave like 3 tips to make sure that you follow as, someone with aging skin. And they were sunscreen, vitamin C serum, and a retinol. And I've used a vitamin C serum once, but I didn't love the smell of it. Let's cross the leg over here. So I don't even think I finished the bottle. And I've never tried a retinol, so I think I'll just try that because I've heard that from a couple of people that I've interviewed now, so it seems to be a common theme and something that's beneficial. Anyway, there's so many things, hey, to do. I mean, you can only do so much. And actually, what I loved about a podcast that I just did 2 days ago, it's not out yet, but it probably will be when this is aired, with Dr. Alex Korb. He's a neuroscientist that talks about the neuroscience of depression. One of the things he said that I thought was just so lovely, stretch across here, is that, we'll get these lists of to-dos, and then we're like, I gotta do that, gotta sun in my eyes, gotta wear a sunscreen, I gotta hydrate, I gotta lift heavy, I've gotta walk daily, and it can be so overwhelming, and so oftentimes we just find ourselves doing nothing because you can't do it all, and so you're like, forget it. But his advice is that, same as mine, dripping water on the stone hollows it out, not through force, but through persistence. And it's a drip of something. It's one drip to move daily, right? It doesn't have to be a whole water hose. It can be one little thing, hands behind the back, that moves the needle toward better health. And I like that approach. I think there's a lot in social media right now that can be overwhelming and like we have to do it all. But you don't. And he gave me some good clarity on that. So I appreciated that. Anyway, check out that podcast. It is out by the time this comes out. So I'll link it right there with Dr. Alex Korb. And listen to that. I think you'll be inspired. All right. We'll see you all in the next workout.